shot. It wasn't always the best, but, gave us Halo 2. Without the luxury of fixing it later, developers were forced to make games great on day one or not at all. If you can't hit the ground running, if you keep overpromising and delaying features and putting out irrelevant roadmaps, then you fall dead in the water. A victim of countless other live service games doing what you're trying to do, but better. And gamers also have to think, wait a minute, should I even invest my time grinding the progression system or getting a rank when I have no idea if they're going to pull the plug on this in a year or two? Every time I wake up, I'm thankful I didn't play Anthem. And if you're really shady as a company, you can use the live service to test egregious monetization and then change it quickly if you get backlash. Call of Duty's they're not gonna release the anime skins just yet. But they will, because they always do. Live service is often an excuse to give players less than they had before. Halo fans should not have to wait over a year to host custom games with their friends. Call of Duty fans should not have to wait for a competent user interface. Battlefield fans should not be forced to wait for an actual Battlefield title when DICE fucks it up. Overwatch fans shouldn't have to wait 50 weeks just to get.
Okay, so it's there.
So, 343 has given us their latest update for Halo Infinite and a brand new roadmap. Don't worry, guys, these deadlines you can for sure count on this time. The last roadmap, that was a fluke. With this latest 30-minute video by 343 Industries, it seems that for many, all hope is lost for Halo Infinite. Let no joyful voice be heard. No man look up at the sky with hope. That's the kind of vibe it feels like. Now, before we get into my well-deserved rants, let's calm down for a couple minutes. Nobody wanted 343 to fail when they took over Halo from Bungie, except for maybe the PlayStation fanboys, right? But besides them, I don't think anybody was sitting there like, yeah, I hope MCC is broken for 3 years and your childhood dream of playing Combat Evolved Online just evaporates into fucking lava. Every Halo fan right now that is pissed off about the current state of Infinite and 343 wants to be proven wrong. Every single thing I say in this video,
Alright, I'm ready. Wait, what are my settings? Alright, there we go. Oh wow, it's been playing the whole time. Okay, that's fine. Might have to. Well, I'll cut it out and re-upload it, so it's fine. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Hello, everyone listening live or listening to this as a VOD. Hope you guys are doing well today. Whenever you're watching, I hope you guys are doing well. I wanted to make this stream as a response to what happened approximately 2 days ago. Friday night, November 4th, IMG Academy of Florida hosted a school named West Toronto Prep. This was West Toronto Prep's final game of the season, And they went out as a bang. If you can call losing at halftime, 96-0, a bang. The game got so bad, refs decided to call it at halftime in order to protect the players. Smart on them. Good move. But that doesn't change the fact that the game ended 96-0. Now, if you're someone like me, you instantly get flashbacks to last season, where IMG Academy absolutely demolished the great grifted high school known as Bishop Sycamore on national television, nonetheless. Was this just another school like Bishop Sycamore? Well, that's what a lot of us have been wondering over the last 48 hours, give or take, myself included. I remember hearing about the Bishop Sycamore situation in tiny, tiny details. Not really sure what to make of it. That wasn't until I saw videos going into further detail, revealing the truth. That yes, a fake high school ended up playing on national television against a high school powerhouse. This time around, feels like it's no different. But that once again leaves the question. Is West Toronto Prep just Bishop Sycamore 2.0 or Bishop Sycamore Canadian edition? That's what I kind of want to go over this stream, because for the last 20 or so hours, I've been doing as much research as I possibly could with the devices and technology at my disposal. I wanted to present to you guys an article while going into further detail. Done by Sports Illustrated. I'm not going to read it though, but you guys can clearly see West Toronto Prep was 0-5 this season going into that game on Friday night. Facing IMG Academy, to call it a death sentence is a gross understatement. Honestly, I have no idea what to make of it. Why are you making your players go up against one of the best high schools in the nation? It's a very questionable thing to have done. In fact, I wanted to show you guys something else. I might have to enlarge the image. Give me 1 second. God damn it, the mic was muted. This is quite the stream so far. I can just hide it. Okay, enough of this foolishness. Can I just increase the screen size, please? Thank you. Anyways, here's West Toronto Prep's schedule for the year. They started play in August 26th and they finished play this past Friday, November 4th. They lost every single game, as you can see here, with 4 games being canceled. The closest game they had was against 1-9 Erie High School, a bad school playing an even shittier school. Somehow Gilmore Academy, a 9-2 record, only beat them by 14? Kind of weird. But only against Cathedral Prep of Pennsylvania did they actually score points. Every other game they looked like they just didn't stand a chance. Now, from what a couple of articles mentioned that they've been playing since 2018, although they may have been playing longer than that. We'll look at that later. One thing that you'll notice is that there is a 2019 schedule. I don't think the record really matters too much. Obviously, they've lost all their games by the looks of it. But here, they were in OHSAA Division 3. Based out of Toronto, Ontario. Region 0. But for this season, they weren't ranked. They weren't in the OHSAA. Not even in Division 3. Begs the question of what happened behind the scenes that resulted in them being kicked out or not even playing. I want to show off a couple of articles I found. I have 2 articles right here going over West Toronto Prep playing other schools. One of them being Peters Township, in which they scored 36 first quarter points, beating West Toronto Prep. I'm going to be doing a bit of editing tonight anyway, so. So, this article, I only wanted to record it or bring it in here because it has some information about the play in 2018, playing Peters Township. So I just wanted to go over. This is the one I was more interested about. Brentwood Academy football to host West Toronto Prep, albeit it doesn't say it in the title. So here, this article, let's find it right here. Article was posted on September 13th, 2018. It says here, West Toronto Prep, 0-3 at that point in the season. We're in their second year of competition. And this game came after playing Pennsylvania's Peters Township, our first article that I showed. The head coach of Brentwood Academy, Cody White, this was his quote right here. It's a private school. He's talking about West Toronto Prep, by the way. It's a private school, and they just collected kids that want to play American football. And they have come to America to play American football. I can't recall it because I don't look at everyone's schedule. But I do know that we have schools from out of the country that come and tour the United States and play a lot of schools in different associations. That's from Childress. Bernard Childress. That's a quote from him. Okay. It's unusual according to TSSAA Executive Director Bernard Childress, but not unheard of. So it's unusual but not unheard of. So schools not from America, schools from Toronto or Canada in general. I guess they just come into the States to play a few games against a few schools, probably around the northern areas or close to the northern borders of America and Canada. Okay. So that's Childers. I can't recall it, but I do know that we have schools from out of the country that come into the United States and play a lot of schools in different associations. Shit, that was not what I meant to do. Imagine if this article had a mention of Bishop Sycamore. I probably would laugh hysterically ending the stream. So, what exactly could be taken away from that? Well, clearly they've been at this for a while. They didn't just pop up on the streets today or a couple of days ago. No, they've been at this for quite a while. They've been a program for quite a while. But it still begs the question as to. Well, I still have to ask the question, why is this team so overmatched? Why is this team so bad? Some people have gone over as to what the issues lie with them, and we'll go over it during the stream, just not yet. I need to find. Here we go. Alright, so I have what I want set up for later. As far as what else is there I wanted to look at, I wanted to see what exactly is going on with their team as far as how they're getting players over here. Well, they do recruit players on ncsasports.org. I'll show you guys here. They have a location for football recruiting. We'll look at their website in just a second, but I want to look at other things prior to that. They have 3 players considered their top athletes at West Toronto Prep. The Nilson Valles, Jalen Elibert Folks, and Zion Izuara. They're the 3 top players there. And they actually have quite the list. These are all their players that pop up here. This address right here I want to go over in just a second. Well, not just yet, but I will go over tonight. In terms of other recruiting, they have a Twitter account. Well, they had a link to a Twitter account that I found when searching them up on Google. WTPFB, or West Toronto Prep Football Recruiting. The account doesn't exist. I can assume that it was probably deleted in the wake of the situation on November 4th. There was something else I wanted to look up. Here we go. Here's a couple of articles or pieces of information that I found pretty disturbing, or pretty strange and pretty off-putting. Here's this one. I think this is pretty important. This Twitter user states that the players were set up for failure by their own coaches. They apparently barely practice, and players aren't being fed, and they don't even set up the game plan prior to the day the games are played. And I think someone underneath this mentioned they didn't set it up at all. Here it is. They actually didn't have any practices before the game. Hours before the game, they were supposed to have a walkthrough, but the coaches ended up canceling that also. And if that wasn't enough, this bothered me a bit when I was looking into this. The I can't read the full article because they're on some bullshit, and they're kind of making okay, so that's it for the article. Okay, it was cutting it off for me earlier. I couldn't read the whole thing, but based on the title, I don't know what you guys are feeling, but I feel pretty upset about this. Although I'm not gonna show it at the moment. West Toronto Prep will cross any border for brand and player exposure. Yet they won't let their players get the practice necessary for games. They don't do game plans or walkthroughs. They don't do any of that stuff. But they'll still do these. They'll cross any border to expose their players for player exposure and to build their brand. Well, their brand has resulted in losing pretty much every game to date. And I'll show that to you guys the rest of it because I want to show you guys the entire schedule that they have had up to this point. Here we go. I'm going to give you guys the first year. Now, Huddle.com for some reason has no information on their first games of the season. Their first inaugural year, which was 2017-2018, there's no information about it. 2018 and 2019, however, they only had 4 games played, while 5 other games were canceled. They had their guys playing, let's see, 4 games were played, all were losses. 5 games were scheduled but were canceled. They had 9 games set up for that year. They had 9 games for their team that season, and they couldn't even get half of them played. Just barely missing the mark. All of these games were blowouts. 2019-2020, they only had 1 win, and it was against Erie High School. Then again, Erie just beat them this year 7-0, so I don't fucking know. However, look beyond that, and they lost badly in every single one of these games. Warren G. Harding High School was the closest game they had, and they still lost by 8 points. Brutal. Now, 2020-2021, they had no games, probably because of the coronavirus, and being from Toronto, they would not let people out of the country, or in and out of the country for that matter. They have 4 games scheduled here for last season, but they don't show up with any information. Not sure what happened about it. If I do a part 2 or whatever, I can probably look at more of this later. And then this season, they played 4 games, technically 5, because they just lost to ING Academy, but 3 games were canceled. Which isn't the case because you have the right here. This is the schedule. They had played 6 games, lost those 6 games, and had 4 games in which they were canceled. No idea what to make of this. Very odd. Did not mean to do that shit. God damn it. I have some more. This is the website name, scorestream.com. This is more stuff on West Toronto Prep. God damn it. 1 second. Sorry about that. That was my dog. She would not leave me alone. Alright. So here's Score Stream. Another website referring to a lot of high school athletics. Somehow the school's got 11 fans. Very, very interesting. Now, obviously, their recent games are going to show up here. Now, it shows here that they have all these sports. I'm not sure. Not sure what to take away from it. But I want to see their roster. They don't have a general manager. A lot of these games were blowouts or canceled. Where is it? Hold on one second. I think it was Huddle. Huddle had this weird thing where you look at the team and there's no player. No, it's not Huddle. Huddle actually has the roster. I'm trying to find the one that I found earlier. Nope, not that one. Fucking hell, does he have to watch something like this? One of these websites, I could not find anything about their roster. Oh, right, it was Max Prep. Hold on one second. Okay, I found it. So, with West Toronto Prep, they lost all their games. We all know this. But here's where it's interesting Max Prep has no roster, no players show up on here. But that's not the case when you go to Huddle. There's a lot of players. Now, I wanted to see. These are a lot of their players. These are a lot of them. This is what shows up on ncsa.org. This is a good chunk of players. However, I don't think I see any of these names. I mean, if they're just going... I mean, is that even a name? Hold on. Is this even a name? What the fuck is that kind of name? Did I even see that name on this one? They have a guy with XX. What the fuck? What? Some of these names don't match. Some of these names do not match from the looks of it. I mean, yeah, a couple of these guys are clearly showing up, but not all of them. What the fuck are they getting these players from? And even then, I think some of these guys, Javon Papp, he's not showing up here on NCSA. I don't see a Javon Papp. Jordan Sinclair. I don't see a Jordan Sinclair. Chris Rivero. And to make things even weirder, Max Prep, another website for football and other high school athletics, I believe. Here's their roster. Here's a roster for them. Look at this. They have players. Sure, some of them don't have profile pics, but they have players on here. Yet you go here, West Toronto Prep, they don't have players. They have their coaches, O'Neal Wilson and Elijah Bowman, but I don't see anything on the players. It seems like most of the schools they play have players, have rosters. Look at this. Oh my god, I'm not turning on my ad block. Fuck off. Alright, I guess I am gonna have to fucking turn this thing off. God damn. Look at this. These are the players. These are their players. In fact, I could probably find these guys on Huddle. Erie. Actually, you know what? I can just do it like this. Let's go here. Let's look at the schedule. Erie High School. And you'll see players. Just like on the other team. But let's take a second. Let's see if the names match. There's a guy named Akil Dixon. Let's go look for him. A to Z. Oh, look. There it is. Akil Dixon. Where's number 1 as a free safety? Looks like here he wears number 1 as free safety. Let's look for the quarterback. Let's look for the quarterback. Kenyatta Howard. Look, there it is. Number 2, Kenyatta Howard. So, that really makes me ask the question, if I can link these guys' names with the players on Max Prep, why can't I do that on NCSA? Well, I can't really do much else on NCSA because I'm not a coach. But seriously, what the hell is going on with this shit? Why? Why is it that I can't find these guys on NCSA and match them up? They don't show up the same way. In fact, let's take one more look. Let's do this one more look. Because I'm telling you, something is off with these guys. These guys are really freaking off. Let's line them up A to Z and go row to row. Aaron Arteaga. Who cares? No Arteaga. Azan Blake Walsh. Is he here? Nope. I don't see a Walsh. What about the Bees? No. Don't see an Andrew Berger. Don't see one here. It's like they have 2 different teams. I don't know what's going on with this. They don't show up the same way. There should be the same players on both rosters, just like how it works with Max Prep and Huddle. They have the same players that show up on both websites. Yet, this team has two different rosters. Don't know what's going on with that. Now, another piece that I wanted to go into comes from reading into what Urinating Tree had posted on here on Twitter. Because he went in on this stuff, bro, because he does this stuff pretty much without hesitation. But before I do that, I will need to set something else. I need to set this thing up because I think this is very, very interesting. All right. So right here, as you can see here, is the address to West Toronto Prep. Have you noticed something's wrong with this? It's to a middle school. And the real location is towards a Sentinel Park skating club. It links to a skating park. And next to it is a football field that, by the looks of it, is used by a middle school. What's the address that pops up for him? 256 Centennial Park Road. Now, here's something that I found earlier today that I thought was very juicy. Look at this. This is their recruiting address. This is it. This is their recruiting address. 123 4th Street. Still located in Toronto. This is where it's located. This is 123 4th Street. This is what I put in. This is the most far-fetched fucking location I've ever seen. It's to a house with a small, like, apartment complex just next to it. Does this not seem fucking sketchy as hell to you? The fact that this location pops up with this tiny-ass building. Now, I'm not saying that this is the real deal. I've never been to Toronto. Never been to Canada. Never been outside of my country. But that doesn't change the fact that this feels kind of weird. Why is it this small ass house? And if that's the case, does it look different now? I don't know. Can't really tell you. But there's more to this that Urinating Tree found. Their phone number is the number for the athletic building at York University. And they use the address 231 Ian MacDonald Boulevard, the location towards York University's facilities. Now, the idea, they may share the facility. That is a possibility. But it's still very, very shady because they're 20 minutes away from the supposed school location. And if you want to know anything else, 123 4th Street is 25 minutes away. Look at this. In fact, from the looks of it, there may have 25 to 28 minutes without severe traffic. Currently, a slowdown has taken place there at the moment, and that has increased the time to 35 minutes. Very, very interesting. Oh, I didn't mean to click that. I have no idea what to make of it right now. This is a very weird situation. I think a lot of people would agree with me as well. Nobody really knows what to make of this place. This is a very weird situation. And the hope is that more and more information comes out as time rolls on. Now, there is a little more that I think that is available to talk about. That I wanted to look at. Oh, but if you guys wanted to see it, here's the map from 256 Centennial Park Road to 231 Ian McDonald Boulevard. So it's about 20 to 26 minutes away from there. Here was their schedule for the season. Okay, so the Bishop McDevitt game was canceled due to a coronavirus outbreak. Their their website had this stuff on it. This was all here at one point. Only can be found now through web archives. This is what came out yesterday. This is what you find now in that same spot. Now, this guy, Steve Roy, worked. It says that he worked there. I want to see where it is. I want to see where it is that it says that he worked there. Where does it show? Must have taken it out. Oh, wait. Oh, wait. There's no evidence of him working there. So that's weird. Oh, Tree just posted another part 5 hours ago. But I wanted to read this because this was about what happened on that Friday. Recently, a game took place between IMG Academy and West Toronto Prep, an unaffiliated and unsanctioned private program that has put a spotlight on Canadian football. WTP is not a member nor was sanctioned by our Football Ontario. This private program is not representative of football organizations in our province. Non-member programs are not affiliated with Football Ontario and operate outside of Football Ontario's existing system. Unsanctioned programs are wholly responsible for their own oversight. Football Ontario has no regulatory authority over unsanctioned programs or leagues and cannot ensure a consistently high standard of delivery. It is for this reason that Football Ontario does not condone, endorse, or create affiliations with unsanctioned programs or leagues. Along with its members and partners, provide safe, inclusive, and high standard programming. The organization's primary focus is the safety and well-being of all participants. Football Ontario will continue to work to create an environment supporting football for all. This was from the Executive Director of Football Ontario. Oh. the fuck is this? Ooh. We have a smoking gun. It's been revealed that WTP was recruiting players from the CJFL to play versus ING. The CJFL provides the opportunity for young men ages of 17 to 22 to participate in highly competitive post-high school football. For the North. Yeah, that sounds shady as fuck. I watched a little bit of the highlights. You could see on West Toronto Prep's sideline, they had like 30 players, and IMG had like 50 something. They had a shit ton of players. This is really fucking weird because this is like it's crazy to think that if it wasn't for Bishop Sycamore performing their grift on national television, imagine the fact that we would have never known about this. Or, not that we would have never known about this, nobody would care this much or go into so much detail to figure everything out. I feel like with Bishop Sycamore doing what they did, they have now opened the eyes of the public towards these types of performances or these types of situations. I could see in a few months, it's been over a year and 2 months since the Bishop Sycamore event, but I could see in like 6 months from now or whenever high school football kicks up again, which will probably be in July of next year, I could see another fake high school being exposed as another Bishop Sycamore clone. But that seems to be it as far as information. I will probably keep an eye on this as time goes on, whether that's through streaming or through videos or through just simply tweets on Twitter. So if you're not, or hell, now that I have the community posts on here on YouTube, I can start doing that here. So be on the lookout for that. But I think that's about it. There's not much left as far as information to go over. I think I went over just about everything that I wanted to in the time frame that I did, which was under 50 minutes, so it's kind of surprising. Yeah. I don't know if there's much else for me to go over. Okay, yeah. So, there's not much else to go over. I think I've won over everything that I've wanted to. I discuss the massacre. I discuss the weird inconsistencies in their schedule. I've talked about the weird inconsistencies in their roster. I've gone over about as much as I can in this time frame. I'm not sure what else is there to discuss. Let me know what you guys think about the situation in the comments below. And that's going to be it for this one. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll catch you all in the next one. Be safe and have a good day.